Hello, everyone. My grandson told me I should post my story online. Apparently, being 67 years old is some kind of meme these days. I don't really understand what that means, but here I am. I was born on March 8, 1959, in Nebraska, into a simple farming family. My mother left my father, my younger sister, and me when I was only 4 years old. For years, I didn't understand why. I loved her and believed she was simply away at work. One night, when I was a little over 8 years old, my father came home drunk and angry. I don't remember why I chose that moment to ask, but I looked at him and said, "Dad, when is Mom coming back?" He stared at me for a long moment before shouting words I will never forget. "Your mother left us. She chose another life." Then he broke down crying, hugged me, and told me things no child should ever hear. That night changed me. As the years passed, I became angry. I fought other kids for no reason. I got into trouble constantly and nearly got expelled from school more than once. Looking back now, I regret much of what I did. But high school changed me. I started reading books. I focused on my studies. Music became my escape. Back then, I had long hair down to my shoulders, wore black jeans and a leather jacket, and thought I was the coolest guy in Nebraska. The girls seemed to agree. I still remember doing chores around the farm while listening to Johnny Cash on an old cassette player. Those were good days. After graduating from high school in 1977, I packed my things, climbed into my old Ford F-150, and drove to Lincoln to attend the University of Nebraska. After college, I moved to Washington, D.C. For a kid who grew up surrounded by endless cornfields. The capital city felt like another world. The crowds, the buildings, the noise, it was overwhelming at first. But that city gave me new friends and eventually introduced me to the woman who would become my first wife. In 1983, I was sitting alone in a small cafe when a beautiful blonde waitress sat down across from me during her break. Her name was Abigail. A year later, we were married. She gave me 3 wonderful children, and for a while life felt perfect. Then, in 1989, everything fell apart. Abigail was struck by a car while walking to work. The driver lost control and hit her on the sidewalk. She never came home. No punishment handed down by a court could ever ease that pain. I spent years carrying that grief. Eventually, I enlisted in the military. Maybe I was searching for purpose. Maybe I was trying to outrun my memories. During the Gulf War, I lost my left arm, the same arm I had used my entire life as a left-handed man. War changes people. You see things you can never forget. You watch friends disappear in seconds. You learn how fragile life really is. Years later, I met another woman, a doctor who helped me through some of my darkest days. We married, but the relationship eventually fell apart. Not every story gets a happy ending. The hardest part of military life wasn't the danger. It was watching good men die. In Afghanistan and later in Iraq, I lost friends who had become brothers. I still remember carrying one wounded soldier toward a field hospital while he tried to make jokes through the pain. 10 minutes earlier, he had been laughing. An hour later, he was gone. Those memories never leave you. In 2006, after another serious injury, I was sent home for good. When I returned, I learned that my father had passed away from old age and that my sister had died from illness not long before. Life kept taking people from me, but it also gave me reasons to keep going. My youngest son went through hardships of his own. As his father, I stood beside him when he needed support most. Today, he is happily married and has children of his own. My grandchildren are the greatest gift life has ever given me. When I look back, I see mistakes, regrets, victories, heartbreaks, and memories that still make me smile. I have buried friends. I have buried family. I have lost pieces of myself along the way. But I am still here. I am 67 years old. And despite everything, I can honestly say that I do not regret living. Thank you for reading my story.